Good morning. This is our reading for this week. This week I'm going to read Tacky the Penguin by Helen Lester. And when you read this, when you listen to this, I would like for you to listen to it and rewatch the video 2 to 3 times because sometimes it takes more than once to remember or get the humor or enjoy it without thinking and then thinking about it. So I would really encourage you to go back and listen to the story more than once. And when you're listening, I want you to think of 3 words that describe this particular penguin. And we're going to, when we have our Zoom on Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to share what words we use to describe this penguin, Tacky. And also, if you will talk to your mom about the 2 meanings of tacky. There's one meaning and there's another meaning. The word tacky is a word that has 2 meanings, and I want you to talk with your mother about that so that you could understand that is his name, just like my name is Mrs. M, and that is also his character. Okay, here we go. Tacky the Penguin by Helen Lester. There once lived a penguin. His home was a nice and icy land he shared with his companions. Companions is another name for friends. Oops. His companions, which is another name for friends, his companions were named Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect. His name was Tacky, and Tacky was an odd bird. Every day, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect greeted each other quietly and politely. Tacky greeted them with a hearty slap on the back and a loud, "What's happening?" Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tacky always marched 1, 2, 3, that's for 2. Woohoo! 3, 6, 0. Wow, 2.5 and 0. His companions were graceful divers. Tacky liked to do splashy cannonballs. Goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect always sang pretty songs like sunrise on the iceberg. Tacky always sang songs like, how many toes does a fish have? How many toes does a fish have? Tacky was an odd bird. One day, the penguins heard the thump, thump, thump of feet in the distance. These could mean only one thing. Hunters had come. Thump, 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 thump. Thump, 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 thump. That could mean only one thing. Hunters had come. They came with maps and traps and rocks and locks, and they were rough and tough. As the thump, 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 thump drew closer, the penguins could hear the growing voices chanting, we're going to catch some pretty penguins and we'll march 'em with a switch and we'll sell 'em for $1 and we'll get rich, rich, rich. Thump, 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 thump. We're going to catch some pretty penguins and we're going to march 'em with a switch and we'll sell them all for $1. We're going to get rich, rich. Goodly, lovely, angel, neatly and perfect, ran away in fright. They hid behind a block of ice. Tacky stood alone. The hunters marched right up to him, catching right up to him, chanting, we're going to catch some pretty penguins and we'll march 'em with a stick. And we'll sell 'em for $1 and we'll get rich, rich. We're going to catch some, do it with me. We're going to catch some pretty, we're going to march 'em with a, and we'll sell 'em for $1 and we'll get what's happening? Blared Tacky, giving one hunter an especially hearty slap on the back. What's happening? They growled. "We're hunting for penguins. What's that? That's what's happening." "We're hunting for penguins. That's what's happening." "Penguins," said Tacky. "Do you mean those birds that march in a row?" And he marched. 1, 2, 3. Oops, up 4 and 2 and 3 and 6 and 0. Woohoo! And 2.5 and 0. The hunters, they looked puzzled. They wanted penguins. But the question is, did they want this penguin, Tacky? "Do you mean those birds that can dive so gracefully?" asked Tacky. And he did a splashy cannonball. The hunters looked wet. "Do you mean those birds that sing such pretty songs?" Tacky began to sing. Tacky began to sing. "How many fish does a toe? How many toes does a fish have? Oh yeah, oh yeah!" And from behind the block of ice came the voices of his companions, his friends, all singing as loudly and dreadfully as they could. "How many toes does a fish have, and how many wings does on a cow? I wonder, yep, I wonder, how many toes does a fish have, and how many wings on a cow? I wonder, yep, I wonder." The hunters could not stand the horrible singing. They could not be in the land of the pretty penguins. They ran away with their hands clasped tightly over their ears, leaving behind their maps and their traps and their rocks and locks, and not looking at all rough and tough. Ah, goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect. Hugged Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird, but a very nice bird to have around. Tacky the Penguin. Think of 3 words that tell us about Tacky. I love you all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.